I'm Glenn Campbell with some really bad news. Democracy is collapsing around the world. It's obvious in places like Turkey and Russia, where the people have elected their own dictator who goes about disassembling all the institutions that might keep him from power. But the process is also going on in countries like yours, where there are some dangerous political elements, you have to admit, and these elements are getting much more attention than they deserve. If people follow these elements, then your country is going in the same direction as Turkey and Russia. But I want to pull back and tell you why this process is happening. It's not a random event. It's the result of a kind of a demographic time bomb that's been ticking away for about a half century now. And the time bomb is very simple. What happened a half century ago is that mankind developed birth control. And couples now have the ability to choose whether or not to have children. At the same time, women have become liberated because now they're not tied to child rearing. They can have careers of their own. These sound like good things, but the overall demographic effect is bad because the people who are choosing to take advantage of the birth control are the smartest and best equipped of society. In other words, you can divide any society into smart people and stupid people. I'm not going to precisely define what smart and stupid are, but you know what they mean. You know some smart people and you know some stupid people. And no matter how you choose to define this, it's the stupid people who are having more babies. The smart people, because they're smart, they realize that babies are enormously expensive and they're enormously risky, and they're taking them away from other things. So obviously smart people are going to have fewer babies. The stupid people, the people who can't think ahead, the people who run on emotion, the people who know only their one little neighborhood, these are the people who are procreating at a much greater rate. So the fertility rate for stupid people is higher than the smart people. And this has been going on for half a century in most countries, that the more you attain, the more intellectual skills you obtain, the fewer babies you have. So over 50 years, this is making a big difference in our demographics. And this is making a big difference on elections because under democracy, everyone can vote. Everyone gets the same vote, whether or not they're smart or stupid, they get the same vote. And if the number of stupid people is relatively increasing, then you're going to have more and more stupid decisions made at the ballot box. Inevitably, this means that the stupid people are going to choose their own dictator. They're going to choose their own imprisonment because they can't look ahead the way the smart people can. Now, the fact that the stupid people are increasing in their relative numbers is mitigated in part by the fact that the smart people have a whole hell of a lot more power than the stupid people do. The smart people tend to be wealthier. They are the problem solvers of society. They are the doctors and the lawyers and the people who get things done in society. They invent the inventions. So just because the smart people form a small sliver of the population isn't alarming in itself. It is only alarming when it comes to election time, when the smart and stupid people all have the same power, and they're electing our leaders and deciding the policies that our particular country is going to follow. So things are getting really scary in politics today. I won't get into too much specifics, but I think you know what I mean. I'm recording this video in July of 2016 when there's election going on. I don't want to get into the election, but I think you know what I mean. There's a certain portion of the electorate that is stupid. And you know they're stupid because they're completely immune to any form of evidence. You can argue with them forever about their positions, but their positions are already fixed by their emotions, and they cannot respond to evidence or logical arguments. They are fixed on this one candidate for emotional reasons, and you can't sway them. No matter what sort of damaging news stories are published about your candidate, you cannot sway them. Now, as this portion of the population gets bigger and bigger and bigger, we're going to have more and more dangerous candidates elected. And those dangerous candidates naturally are going to want to stay in power. And to do that, they're going to whittle away at the institutions of democracy. It's already happened in Turkey. It's already happened in Russia. In a very short time frame, we've disabled all of the institutions like journalism and the courts that might keep this person from power, and you've become a totalitarian regime again. So the problem is, when you have a growing number of stupid voters, the line between a dictatorship and democracy is very thin. There are democratically elected dictators ready to step in as soon as the stupid voters give them the go-ahead.